A third outbreak of avian influenza or bird flu has been confirmed on a commercial turkey farm in less than a week. It was detected in a flock in County Monaghan, close to the border. The development comes after a housing order for all poultry and captive birds came into effect across Ireland today in a bid to reduce the threat of bird flu.
Strict biosecurity measures have been working so far at Andrew Boylan's poultry farm in County Monaghan. Along with restricted access, vehicles are disinfected in the farmyard. When entering the chicken houses, Andrew films some of the precautions he takes, including changing his footwear, measures that are helping to keep the virus out as it moves closer to his farm.
This is a very, very worrying situation at the moment. It's probably the worst case we have ever seen. We grow what we call broiler chickens, or for your listener, chickens for meat. That's our business, and we're indoors at all times. Yes. But even at that, we cannot guarantee that we will have no diseases here.
Empty fields at East Ferry Farm in Cork today, where turkeys and chickens normally roam free. A housing order for all poultry came into effect today as the third outbreak in a week was confirmed. The Irish Farmers Association says it's too late for the farmers who have lost their flocks already.
We called for it a week ago, and prior to that we'd called for a regionalised one where the risk warranted it. 90% of bird flu and infection happens by direct contact with wild birds, and anything that helps prevent that has to be welcomed and has to be used.
An outbreak of bird flu in early November is unusual. Last season there wasn't a housing order for poultry until February. The milder weather, especially in the evenings, is a contributory factor, encouraging wild migratory birds to come here. Diane Connor, RTE News.
Well, our agriculture and consumer affairs correspondent Angus Cox is with us now in studio. And Angus, how serious a development now is this third outbreak?
Well, Ray, the outbreaks last week, they weren't in areas with a high prevalence of poultry farms. This time it's different. The latest case is on a turkey farm near Clontibret in Monaghan, and that's significant because the border area around Cavan and Monaghan, it does have a high concentration of poultry farms. So the potential for this to affect nearby farms, it is quite high. And I understand the farm is a relatively big operation with thousands of turkeys and supplying food supermarkets. And there are two big factors at play here. Firstly is the impact on the sector. Bird flu outbreaks, they're devastating for the farmer. Their entire flock is culled. For turkey farmers, it's worse. They start very early in the year preparing their birds for Christmas. That's suddenly taken away. Now, there is compensation, but it doesn't come close to covering the financial loss. The second factor, the consumer impact. This is the third outbreak on a turkey farm in a week. If this keeps up, the likelihood of impacting the food supply chain jumps. Will butchers, supermarkets be able to fulfil the many orders they're taking right now for Christmas turkeys? And your fresh turkey is likely going to cost you more this Christmas anyway. CSO figures show the price of poultry is up by 6% in the last year. This disruption could add more, not because of price gouging, but because of added complications along the supply chain. I also understand we are likely to see more bird flu cases in the coming days, so the situation could change rapidly. We do have the housing order in place. The aim is to mitigate the spread. But as we heard from Diane's report, the farmers say that's come too late. So the advice for flock owners is to maintain your vigilance around biosecurity. That's the first and most important line of defence in all of this.
Absolutely. Serious enough situation. Angus, thank you.